I like birds a lot, mostly for relaxation and pursuit. I was the bride to be whose shower was covered in birdhouses and bird feeders. And yes, I had birdseed thrown at my wedding instead of rice. Some birds I have watched nearly all my life because I've only recently been introduced to. Flying cigars are a newfound discovery and passion. I've had the opportunity to spend time up close and personal with birds through bird banding, taxidermy, and managing my purple martin colony. As a birder, I'm often asked, "What is your favorite bird?" Well, my favorite bird is the bird I'm looking at through my binoculars. I do find some birds more intriguing than others. I seek out birds in all kinds of habitats. Some habitats are more common than others. When I'm out watching the flying cigars, I can turn a few heads. Some with curiosity and some with a little bit of concern. Someone yelled to me across the street one time saying, "Secret agent woman," as I roamed about downtown Brainerd with my binoculars. I simply waved and smiled, if they only knew. Chimney swifts, the mysterious bird above the fireplace. Because of their short, stout bodies, they've been given the nickname flying cigar. They are rapidly declining species, with populations decreasing by over 50% because they are being denied access to chimneys by the misinformed. Swifts are often mistaken for as bats. Historically, swifts haven't always needed chimneys. Before the pioneer days, swifts used dead and hollow trees. But as the human population grew and developed, the swifts adapted and their populations expanded. The relationship with chimneys became so strong that Audubon changed their common name from American swift to chimney swift. So why the need to roost and raise their young in chimneys? And how can they actually do it? This odd habitat in which they need is what makes this bird so fascinating. Swifts physically can't perch or stand upright. They can only cling vertically. To assist themselves with their clinging ways, swifts have long claw-like feet and stiff spines on the tips of their tail feathers. They do everything on the wing. They eat, drink, bathe, and collect nesting material. They come to rest only at night. They are among the fastest flyers of the bird world, and in migration, one swift can travel over 10,000 miles. Their tumble and peak, parade, kiting, and V-flight patterns are a sight to see. Nests are as strange as the birds who build them. It's made out of spit and twigs and is glued to the inside of the chimney wall with more spit. Twigs are broken off and collected in flight. If that's not acrobatic enough, the swift still needs to move the twig from its feet to its mouth before actually entering the chimney. They have to do all of this in flight. Swifts are a very social species and enjoy each other's company, but no matter how large a chimney is, there will only be one nest. A nesting pair will allow unmated swifts to roost with them, only at night. Pairs mate for life and faithfully return to the same chimney year after year. And offspring will return to their place of origin, preferring to make their own nest next to their parents. During Brainerd's annual Chimney Swift Sit, 101 swifts were observed entering this very chimney. Roosting by the hundreds and thousands is not uncommon. I like to look for swifts around old office buildings, schools, and churches. This summer, take a peek up in the skies while you're in downtown Bemidji. You'll see them kiting and chatting in small groups. Swifts are experts at adaptation when they need to be. This building owner in Brainerd attempted to cap this chimney. Most likely they heard or saw a misidentified flying creature near their chimney and wanted to keep them out. Over time, a tiny hole burned through the top of the cage, and it became a home to a family of 3 chimney swifts in 2011. So why care about chimney swifts? For me, just the sight and sound of these birds is therapeutic and amusing. Large groups of people gather for swift sits throughout the state of Minnesota in late July and early August. It's a fun time for science, socializing, and sightseeing. Swifts eat incredible amounts of mosquitoes in just one jaw drop of the mouth. As many as 12,000 insects can be consumed daily, amounting to a third of their own body weight. In this picture, you can see the swift's throat is engorged with insects. Oh, and did I mention they love to eat gnats, biting flies, and termites too. The must-see, mysterious show happens at dusk. It is then when swifts enter the chimney, feet first. I usually hear them before I see them. The population of swifts entering the chimney can be slow at first, but can quickly turn into a black, noisy vortex that appears to be slowly sucked into the chimney like a vacuum. And just like that, the sky goes dark and silent, and the show is over. For a bird that is dependent on humans for their survival, they are the most cost-effective, maintenance-free birds you can help. If you have a suitable chimney, consider yourself lucky. I sure wish I had one. This is my my $750 T14 Purple Martin house I manage. Messy and meticulous nest checks are required weekly if I want them to have a successful nesting season. For those who don't have chimneys, there are other options. You can build a chimney swift tower. There's a friend of mine in Brainerd who built his own tower out of leftover masonry bricks and concrete that he had laying around his shop. The tower in this picture is one that I had built for my park. Here's what you need to know. What you see in this picture is what not to do if you hear or see a swift in your chimney. They are protected by federal law under the Migratory Bird Treaty Act. It is illegal to remove the bird or the nest from the chimney until they have time or until they have left for their wintering gowns. Oftentimes this does happen because homeowners think their chimney has been taken over by bats. If you have a suitable chimney, you want to make it swift friendly, keep it uncapped and keep the damper closed from March through October. Metal chimneys should always be capped. And don't forget to clean your chimney in March before the swifts return. Audubon, Minnesota, concerned homeowners and willing chimney cleaning companies have teamed up for chimney swift conservation. This is assurance that you can successfully share your space with the chimney swifts and eliminate hazards to your chimney and home. Rarely is there a conflict of chimney use between homeowner and swift because swifts are in Minnesota when fireplaces aren't being used. And this is a picture of my daughter. You would like to think that she, with the look of the celebration on her face, she's happy that she gets to stay up past her bedtime to go swifting with me, but I actually took this picture just as a chimney swift flew into the chimney and she saw it actually enter. So she was actually going like this and she goes, "Swifts!" So moments like that make it all worth it for sure. Thank you.